Hi, I'm Devora Kastner with Who's on the Show. I'm here today at the New Horizon Medical Center in Scottsdale, Arizona with Dr. Mascaro. Dr. Mascaro is the founder of New Horizon and is also a professor of osteopathic medicine at both of the Phoenix Medical Schools, teaching first and second year students. Thanks for taking time out of your busy schedule to meet with us today.
Thank you for coming, Devora. Should we go in?
Doctor, tell me how New Horizon Medical Center came about.
Well, New Horizon Medical Center was born out of the need for the change in medicine. Medicine, the way medicine is practiced in the 21st century, is something that I thought needed adjustment. So I found the idea, the concept of New Horizon Medical was made out of necessity.
So what's the philosophy behind your practice and what makes it different from traditional medical centers?
Well, our philosophy is to look at the whole patient. We treat people, not symptoms. We look at the whole patient. We try to center on why the patient has a particular disease or a particular set of symptoms. So we look inside to find the actual core of the problem. Traditional medicine is more of a Band-Aid approach where they treat symptoms and not really go for the actual cause of the disease process. Preventative medicine. It's the state of medicine set up by the World Health Organization. In this century, the 21st century, is the century of preventative medicine. Last century, it was treatment. This century is preventative medicine. So I feel that the medical community will catch up to preventative medicine about the middle of the century. Fortunately, we're doing that right now at New Horizon Medical. We're trying to launch a program to prevent people from getting chronic and serious diseases. And I think that, in its core, is what New Horizon Medical is all about.
What do you believe is at the core of disease?
Well, unbalance is really the answer as to why people have problems. A symptom is just a sign that the patient is complaining of something that's going wrong in the system, whether the system be the endocrine, the neuromuscular, the psychological, or the musculoskeletal. That symptom, if not treated, will lead to a disease process that could cause chronicity, meaning the disease could smolter. That would lead to cancer, heart disease, inflammatory process, and death, ultimately.
Explain to me the positive effect of mind, body, spirit in the healing process, and how do you incorporate this into your practice?
Again, this is osteopathic theory. Back in, I'm going to say the late part of the 19th century, a doctor, an MD called A.T. Still, decided that he was tired of the way medicine was being practiced and decided that he was going to use a total body concept incorporating the body, the mind, and the spirit. In other words, the person is made up of a collection of systems. All these systems are interrelated. But the key is that the clinician, and a smart doctor, needs to understand that there's a connection, a definite connection between the body, the mind, and the spirit, all working together, usually in harmony, but sometimes it's not, and that's when you get this dis-ease process.
I saw on your website that it mentions a recipe for health. Tell me about that.
Well, a recipe for health is a little bit of this and a little bit of that. More comme ci than comme ça, but it's a balancing of nutrition, exercise, harmony and peace within the body, stress reduction, and a commitment on the part of the patient to make a concerted effort to make a change in his or her lifestyle.
We know that there's a lot of diet programs out there that really don't work. Tell me about the Body Shop.
Well, the word diet itself doesn't work because diet means something that's radical, that you're going to go into and you're going to do it for a while and it's not going to work. To my theory is that diets don't work. They never did, they never will. At the Body Shop, we have an idea that using the word weight loss and permanent change is more realistic for long-term, not only success, but long-term weight reduction. We have a program that's unique in that we use our osteopathic concept on people who have a problem. Now, being overweight Devora, is a really serious condition. 300,000 people will die this year from obesity and weight-related conditions. I think that's an epidemic, and I think we need to change how we look at the obese person.
I know a lot of people here in the Valley that suffer from allergies. Tell us about that new program that seems to be becoming very popular called the Allergy Stop.
Yes, people from Arizona, most of them are not from Arizona. Most of them come from Midwest, North, or East. What has happened when I first started practice back in Philadelphia, back when Abraham Lincoln was president, it appeared that we would send allergy sufferers and asthmatics, TB patients, out here because the air was pure. Now, we all know that things have changed. Those eastern people who came west brought their plants with them. And in doing so, the allergy content of the air with the pollutants and triggers that are out there are far worse than the East ever was. So we have a great concentration of allergy sufferers. Now, having said that, the allergy programs, and most of them today, even today, involve allergy shots, where a doctor would test you for 45 triggers and give you the serum and the shots for what you were allergic to. Now you had to stay in that doctor's office for 15 or 20 minutes to make sure you didn't die. So they weren't safe, and they still aren't safe today. So our allergy program is a lot different than that. We actually make patients drink their shots. We have an availability of a cure program where a patient will take the shots in the form of liquid, take them home at the convenience of their home. It only takes one medical visit, which means they only have to come here one time to get this serum. And then they can go home in the convenience of their homes and take their allergy cure. Also, if they're leaving the area, they put the allergy bottle in their pocket through the plane. At their destination, they can do it in the convenience of wherever they are. So it is a cure. It's not risky. It's safe. Most insurance pay for it. So we, in this allergy form, call it a no-brainer. There's no reason why people shouldn't come to the Allergy Stop for all of their allergy symptoms.
I've noticed how a lot of doctors only take a few minutes actually talking to their patients and don't really listen. What is most important to you when treating patients?
When treating patients, most important is to look at the patient being paramount. In other words, they have a time schedule too. So do we. We want to respect their time. If they have an appointment, we'll honor the appointment. Not only do we make the appointment for them, we keep the appointment on the time. The thing that we're asking for in return is for them to be compliant. The more compliant they are, the more chances they are of a successful outcome for the programs that we have. We also want them to be knowledgeable. We feel that an informed patient is a good consumer and would be a long-term success rate for us. I also like compassion. I understand that people have feelings. I think the old-time doctor, which I pride myself in being close to, is one who'll listen to a patient and have compassion for them.
I'd like to thank Dr. Mascaro for taking the time out of his busy day to introduce us to such a fresh and positive approach to healing and medicine here at the New Horizon Medical Center. It's so refreshing to find a doctor who really takes the time to listen to his patients and doesn't just write prescriptions to treat symptoms. Remember, you can contact Dr. Mascaro here at the New Horizon Medical Center, located at 9977 North 95th Street, Suite 105, Scottsdale, Arizona, or call 480-443-0004. Also, you can go to his website at newhorizonmedical.com. You'll find lots of information there. Again, thank you, Dr. Mascaro. And I'm Devora Kastner from Who's on the Show.